In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have a new lesson for second secondary grade, first semester, English subject. Today's lesson is Unit 6, Form, Meaning and Function in Mega Go 3 book. This lesson is prepared and presented by Muhammad الثاني. In this lesson, you can identify the usages of simple present and identify the usages of present progressive. Also, you will use conditional sentences with present and future forms. Warm-up. What are the differences between simple present and present progressive? When do we use each tense? Here are two examples. This sentence is in simple present tense, and the other sentence is in the present progressive. So, I read every day, this is simple present. I am reading now, this is present progressive. So, can you guess when do we use each of them? Here, the time expression here used is every day, and the time expression here used is now. So, this is the timeline, and this line in the center, it represents now. So, this line in the center represents now in the timeline. Now, if you see this timeline and the X before this line in the center, this timeline represents what? It represents simple past. Excellent. And what about this? Future. Perfect. What about this? Something happening regularly. It represents simple present. And what about this? It represents present progressive. We use simple present for 1. Repeated actions. Example: I play tennis. She doesn't play tennis. Does he play tennis? The train leaves every morning at 8 p.m. So these are about repeated actions. Also, we use it for facts or generalizations, like the sun rises from the east. Birds don't like milk. Do birds like milk? Also, we use simple present for permanent situations, like Mr. Chen lives in China. This is a permanent situation. You can use it with permanent situations. Verb to be. Before we discuss the present progressive, we should revise verb to be. We have am, is, are. What are the pronouns that can be used before am, I only? What about is? He, she, it. Perfect. What about are? We, you, they. Fantastic. Now, we are going to talk about present progressive. Present progressive can be used with something happening now. Example: you are learning English now. Is are verb with ing, or verb to be with verb plus ing. This is present progressive, the form of present progressive. You are not swimming at the moment. Are you sleeping? Also, we can use present progressive for temporary situation, like I am studying at this weekend for the exam. This week we are holding Indian Week. These are temporary situations. time expressions for the present, we can use currently, as in we are currently studying for examinations. At present. At present, there are measures in place to tackle climate change. These days, most people recycle these days. Now, air travel is more affordable now than it was in the past. Now, these are two sentences. One sentence for the simple present, and the other sentence is for present progressive. He says, I take the bus every day. This is simple present. And you can say also, I am waiting at the bus stop. He means now. He's waiting at the bus stop. Now, fill the following blanks using the correct form of the verbs. Water, I want you to use boil at 100 Celsius or 212 Fahrenheit. So what can we say? Is boiling, boiled, boils, or boil without adding anything? What's the correct answer? Water boils. Excellent. Now, the water, the same word, boil. Please turn it off. It means that something now. So what can we say? The water is boiling. Excellent. Okay. The scientists not understand the cause of the problem. So we want to use the negative form. The scientists don't understand the causes of the problem. Number 4. In your country in winter, we want you to use it snow. What can we say? Does it snow in your country in winter? Why we use does here? Because there is question mark. Because of this question mark, we used does. The moon around Earth, we want to use go. What can you say? The moon goes around Earth. Number 6. What you think of my idea? What can you write here? What do you think of my idea? Currently, the number of immigrants in our country increase. What can we say with currently? Is increasing, is increasing. Number 8. Most people, I want you to realize how important it is to conserve energy these days. Most people realize. So we use it the same without adding anything. Number 9. Dubai is part of the UAE, but it not have as many oil reserves as Abu Dhabi. So it what? It doesn't have. And number 10. Ahmed has a part-time job on Saturdays, but he not work today. He what? He isn't working today. He isn't working today. Conditional sentences with present and future forms. You can use conditional sentences with if to talk about causes and results. Present facts. Use the simple present tense in both clauses. You can use the simple present in if clause and the other clause, which we call it the result clause. If you cook an egg in the microwave, it explodes. So we have two clauses. This is the first clause, we call it if clause, and this is the result clause. The verbs here are cook and explode or explodes. Both of them are simple present. So you can use the simple present tense in both clauses, if clause and result clause. Another example, if you put water in the freezer, it becomes ice. Both of them are in the simple present. Future facts. Use simple present in the if clause and the future with be going to or will in the result clause. So with future, what can we use? Either be going to, be can be am or is or are, or will. So if clause, we use what? Simple present. Use simple present with if clause. And we use the future with what? With the result clause. Future with the result clause. Example. If you don't take, this is present, simple present. If you don't take measures now, the ocean will soon be completely depleted of fish. Another example. If Imad doesn't go, again, simple present, to college, if Imad doesn't go to college, he is going to be very sorry. This is future. The result clause, we use the future with the result clause. May, might. Use may, might in the result clause to suggest something is possible but not certain. If you think that something is possible but you are not certain, you can use may and might in the result clause. So if Noura doesn't do, this is simple present. If Noura doesn't do the homework, she may fail the class. If Imad doesn't go to college, he might not get a good job. I'd rather. Use I'd rather, which means I would rather, to talk about preferences. Example, would you rather go to the mall now or later? I'd rather go now. So we used I'd rather go now. Now, complete the sentences about the facts. Use the simple present or will in the second clause. So the first clause should be simple present, but now with the second clause, either use simple present or will. Let's go. If you heat, if the subject is you, we don't add anything to the verb, so we say if you heat, the same. If you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boil or will boil or it boils. What can we say here? It boils. Number 2, if they climb, and we should add either s or leave it as it is. If they climb up to 4,000 meters, they need oxygen. So either say they will need or they need. What's the answer? The first blank we can say if they climb, and the second blank they need. Number 3, if you not cross its path, the snake not bite you. What can we say here? If you don't cross its path, the snake will not bite you. The snake will not bite you. Number 4. If we get, what can you add here? We add nothing, we just use get. If we get this HD television, we see the game better. We see or we will see? We will see the game better. If you mix flour and water, what can we write here? If you mix, the same. If you mix flour and water, you end up with batter. You what? Use it the same. End up with batter. Number 6. If he not obey, what can you say here? If he doesn't obey the speed limit, he get a ticket. He what? He will get a ticket. This is the end of our today's lesson. Today we identified the usages of simple present. We said we can use simple present with repeated actions, facts or generalizations, and permanent situations. Also, we identified the usages of present progressive. We said present progressive can be used with actions happening now, temporary situations, and used conditional sentences with present and future forms. We said we can use it with present facts, future facts, and may and might. These are our references. Thank you for listening and see you later. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.